The United States President Donald Trump has announced a new $5 million gold card residency program, offering foreign investors a fast track to U.S. citizenship. It's set to launch in 2 weeks, and the initiative is expected to replace the EB-5 Immigrant Investor Visa, which currently grants green cards to individuals who invest in U.S. businesses and create jobs. Now, while the details of this still remain roughly unclear, the program is already sparking debate. Supporters are seeing it as a way to boost foreign investment and job creation, while other people are arguing that it turns U.S. residency into a luxury commodity that's accessible only to the uber and ultra-rich. What do you guys think? Is this a game changer for U.S. immigration, or just a pay-to-stay scheme for billionaires? Would you like to chime in on our conversation, or do you have an interesting perspective or take you'd like to share? Please tag us with the hashtag TrendingNowTVC on any social media platform. I promise that we are listening. I'm going to take some tweets on this Trump story, Donald Trump story. Richard says, I don't think this is a good idea. It could give criminals who did fancy money laundering a way in. One more tweet. Mad Genius says, Trump is selling America off piece by piece. Now, the EB-5 visa program, it did set a cap at 10,000 visas per year, meaning only 10,000 people could buy this buy-in visa. But the gold card doesn't seem to have a cap. And security experts in America are saying that while there will be a thorough vetting process for this new gold card buy-in visa, unfortunately, it's also scary because lots of people who want to be fraudulent will use it to try to come into the country, wealthy people who want to launder money. And also it raises housing costs in areas in which people buy in visa. So Veronica and Ibrahim, I know you love some international news. Please weigh in on this gold card issue. Would you be buying in anytime soon?
Well, I do not know. One thing is, whatever it is, America is America, US, I'm not a fan of the US government especially. But Trump, to me, so many people think he's a genius. The man is just, is transactional. He does not really, they say, well, they run democracy. He's a businessman. So anything that is good for business is what he does. So that's Kiwidi, that's what I would say about, the US. But talk about the man who is arrested for ritual and drug abuse. I'll tell you a very short story. Somebody was saying in that tweet that, so you mean that he doesn't have the power to teleport himself from the prison? All the wishes, when Russia-Ukraine war started, all the wishes in Ukraine, they came together to curse Russian president, but we see that Russian president is still standing today. So you do not fight government, you can't fight government and win, no matter what power, esoteric power that you wield, you can't defeat the government. That's the bottom line. Veronica.
All right, for Donald Trump, I think it's a step in the right direction, especially because if you're looking at the debts the U.S. has and you're looking to stimulate the economy and you feel this is the route you will do that, and that's the way to go. Of course, the process will determine who comes in, who stays, who gets the gold card as against the green card that we have seen. So he will definitely put in place stringent measures to really check those who will be coming into the country, who will be wanting to buy this $1 million gold card as it is. If they're making money from it, of course, and it's stimulating the economy. He has said that the U.S. is coming into its golden era, and that is what he's pushing. So kudos to him, all the best. Now for the guy who is in prison, we saw yesterday that some native doctors were protesting, and we said that they had a right to do so because perhaps if they feel that the steps and the policies of the state government is, hampering their activities, then they needed to speak up. But when we see someone like this, 20 years imprisonment, if he is found guilty at the end of the day, I feel is too small in my perspective. Look at the number of persons that have died as a result of his activities. They went to his shrine, they saw evidence. So what will they plan to do at the end of the day? Is 20 years enough to give a closure to families who lost their loved ones as a result of his activities? That's the big question. So he needs to face the full wrath of the law if he is found guilty. And right now, I don't think he is not guilty. Now, this is me speaking.
Let me quickly add one more thought. for the man, you know, contributing to ritualism, we should be very careful, because one of the tweets saying that, is it a fight against traditional religion? Whether it is Christian religion or Islamic religion or traditional religion, I believe that none of these religions, you know, teaches to be fetish. I mean, when you say fetish, you know, to kill your fellow human being because you're seeking money or because you're seeking wealth or anything, that is crime, that is criminal. So whoever is found wanting, guilty of this criminality, must be dealt with.
Absolutely,
you know,
and I think his case is
decisively.
particularly interesting because he's being celebritized. He has amassed a status and a following in the East, and young people need to see that this is not okay and we are not celebrating it. But you guys, I'm so excited because I love that Trump is giving a charge to people. Do you want a piece of the American dream? Buy in, boost our economy.
That's the thing for him. So he knows, he is already seeing the African dream. He had this vision, and this is the channel for which he feels that we will make monies to be able to clear our debts and boost the economy.
You're talking about America's debt. Is the debt in naira, dollar, pounds?
Of course, we know it's in dollars.
They print this money.
But
do
they have
what debt?
Do they have debts or not?
Print themselves out of debt. So don't let us compare America's economy to...
Ibrahim, do they have debts or not? That's the question. Do they have debts or not?
On paper.
Do they have it or not?
Ibrahim's arguing that they have the illusion of debt.
Illusion, it's so illusory.
If they have debts, they want to clear it. If they need to boost their economy and they want to go this way, so be it. So if you have the money and you want to buy the gold card, fine. If you don't, then stay away.
Well, Elon Musk is running things, and we see the way it is. These guys are businessmen, they're transactional, they just want to make money, they just want to, whatever it is, and you feel that they are doing, what they are doing is for the betterment of, you know, the ordinary Americans.
You will be shocked that some Nigerians will buy that gold card, you guys. You might
fine, it's for the elite.
Yes.
Ordinary man, do you think they can afford that? It's for the elite.
If you're an elite and you have the money, of course, buy it.
It's US's cup of tea, let them have it.
Thank you very much. You just mentioned what I always want to hear. It is their business. But back to the guy who is in prison, a native doctor. We have seen the rise in ritualism, and we need to make ensure that we teach this notion that ritualism is not the way to go, because a lot of young persons have seemingly adopted that as against working smart and hard to achieving their dreams. So it's important that these lessons are taught.
Look at the two young women that just passed away a few months ago, back to back. Bodies found butchered. It's unacceptable, Veronica, I agree with you.
Femicide is not acceptable. Anyway, we'll have to leave things here now. Thank you so much, Olamide, for bringing us those stories on What's Trending Now.